Hey, Shalom. Before beginning, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem HaKodash. Double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and a Kazak Shalom to the hopeful elect. You know, I was just meditating. I'm always looking for some news, some prophecy to get into so I can edify. And I came across this section in the BBC, and without even going, thoroughly through these articles, I just start looking at the section Israel, Gaza, and thought to myself, like, Elder Malcolm goes into it all the time, exposing the small hats for not truly being the small hats. And we use the precepts to show that these are not the people. So just read a couple headlines and then bring out a few scriptures, and then that'll be it. It says Israel confirms Hamas and PIJ return body of Gaza hostage. Controversial U.S.-backed Gaza humanitarian foundations ends aid operation. That's one of the articles I did read. Like, why do they need so much humanitarian aid over there? Israel unalives top Hezbollah official in first attack on Beirut in months. And the list goes on. But that goes against the scriptures. That cuts them in their 1948 doctrine. Because if they believe they're the chosen people, and they believe that they will return to the land, and there will be no war. So just simple. This is Isaiah 2:2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and mountains represent people and governments. And the mountain of the Lord is Mount Zion, to Zion, a memorial. The people before a place. It's talking about Israel. Israel shall be established in the top of the other nations, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. So hills represent smaller peoples and governments, and everybody's going to flow to Jerusalem. We're going to receive the riches of the Gentiles, the natural Gentiles, and we're going to have the heathens, the other 17 nations, as servants and handmaids, just like it says in Isaiah 14:2. Isaiah 2:3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob. Jacob is synonymous with Israel. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. So Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, is a nomen omen, means name prediction. Yerah is teach, and Shalom is peace. And they're going to have peace ultimately by keeping the law, statutes, commandments. And Israel, pursuant to the new covenant, will have the law, statutes, and commandments implanted in, and will be programmed to never, ever, ever go off again. That's part of the good news. Israel, no matter where they were scattered, the elect are going to be delivered and repopulate the kingdom, repopulate the earth, and we'll never sin again. We're going to have eternal life, spiritual powers, and we're going to serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and the nations are going to serve us to serve the Father. Isaiah 2:4 is the point. And he shall judge among the nations. And judge in this context means to rule. And shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. So these are farming tools that could be used for war, but there will no longer be a need for war. Like it says in Ezekiel 39, like, we're going to destroy all their weapons. There will be no need for them. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So if you are truly the people, what's going on? What's up with this? Another one, Isaiah 60 real quick. Isaiah 60:18, straight to the point. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy wall salvation and thy gates praise. So it's going to be nothing but peace when the people who belong in the land of Israel actually return. So you can sit up here and claim to be the people all you want, but this doesn't link up with prophecy. That land is going to be cleansed of the gutter rats, and we are going to return home via the salvation of the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to place us in our own land. But until then, things like this are going to continue to happen. Just something quick through the spirit. Lord willing, this is edifying. For water, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rachakodash, forgive me the spirit through this lesson. And shalom until next time.